What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 104 of the Special Conditions podcast, where our love for competing and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. I'm your host, Adam Tuttle, joined by my co-host, as always, Ken Pescator. What's going on?
What's up, Adam? How are you?
I'm doing great. Brilliant Stars came out.
I have an ETB in front of me.
I am so jealous of your ETB because I got an ETB and I did a pack battle opening with Bobby Snaps, Hex Manifesto, and Lee Snaps, and I got trash. It was terrible. It was the sleeves, amazing. I love the sleeves. The sleeves look so nice.
You know, I didn't watch the opening when you were on, and I meant to ask you if you pulled anything.
Well,
I guess
you
not.
would have known. I think I would have texted you, honestly.
Oh, no.
But before we continue, today's show, it's jam-packed. We got Charizard VStar as the card of the week. We have Tish Smith pack sponsored by Pack Openings by Tish Smith. Let's
Oh,
go.
my God.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
she sent us a whole bunch of packs, and I just don't know what to do with them all.
I know what to do with them all. Open them, but we're gonna.
Yeah. We'll wait. And then the TCG Live is in beta in Canada. Like it's going on right now. Put some maple syrup on it.
It looks really good. It looks really, really good.
It does. It does. From what I've seen, it does look really good. Although the characters, like the avatars,
it's
really
stylized.
creepy.
It's
Really
stylized.
creepy.
It's very stylized.
Reminds me something from like Doctor Who or something. And then a record has been set for the most expensive Pokemon card ever sold.
Yep.
We will talk about it. Don't you worry.
$4 or $5.
Yeah, just a couple bucks. They traded somebody's shoe for it. The next expansion set in the Sword and Shield block has been announced. So the one after Brilliant Stars.
I think Brilliant Stars came out last week. And
yeah, I know, right? I know, but
no time.
It's weird because it's like this was leaked. Like all the packs and stuff were leaked, being printed and stuff for like France, I believe. It was just like, that's insane. That's just too quick.
Yep.
I understand the card games are just pumping out cards like left and right. They just want to make money and they're just pumping them out as fast as possible.
Well, you got to remember Fusion Strike, and then we had with Celebrations didn't count. You know what I mean? So it felt like an extra release in the schedule. So it was just, there's been a lot of cards that have come out recently.
Yeah,
this is the normal schedule. This is the standard.
But I'm very excited for the set though.
February to May,
and we'll talk about that as well.
Yep.
And then the new VBattle Decks are available, featuring Lycanroc and Corviknight.
So I need to buy these. So I could actually play in the tournament in this month. We'll talk about it.
Yes.
I need a deck.
To be honest, Lycanroc and Corviknight, the dual pack is actually at GameStop. That's the last place I saw it. So if you do subscribe to their pro membership or whatever and get the $5 a month, utilize that. Get $5 off this.
Yeah,
pick it up. Get some hollow trainers there.
I definitely want to pick this up. I have this weird proclivity to collecting theme decks. I don't know why. So these, when these came out, even the ones that when they did the Reshizard, ever since that, the pre-made decks have been awesome. So it's you can't really go wrong.
The decks that you should be focusing on, because you now know how to play and you're seasoned, I would say, are the league battle ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you got to get both the Urshifu ones.
Yeah, the Urshifu is nice.
Did you ever end up getting the Inteleon one?
I did not get the Inteleon one, but I did. I was holding the Urshifu one this weekend because I was at a card show, and then I didn't want to buy it. I mean, I wanted to buy it, but I didn't buy it. But
was the price jacked up?
No, the prices were decent. They were like retail. They were if anything $5 over retail. It wasn't
all right, that's
ridiculous. But the League Battle decks are the only structured decks over the counter that come with VMAX. Like you can get a V deck, like a V Battle deck, like the Lycanroc one we're going to talk about, but there's no VMAX in there. It caps at V, right? So it's like
correct, yeah.
So there's no real, same thing when you bought a regular theme deck, it wouldn't have any V in it, or previously it wouldn't have a GX or an EX or anything like that. You had to add that stuff into the deck to spice it up, obviously taking it out of theme deck rotation. But if you wanted to have a more, robust deck, you had to add to it. But yeah, like the Urshifu deck, you almost don't have to touch it at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, sweet.
I mean, yeah, you could add like an extra Urshifu or whatever, but that's what they're for. They're for like a standard strategy, and it's just get it from point A to point B.
No,
you can
solid.
add cards to make it go faster, and that's the idea.
Yeah, but also if you have a specific style, like if you prefer,
if you prefer Rapid Strike or Fusion Strike or Single Strike. You didn't see that coming.
Nope. Well, why don't we talk about this card of the week here, because
let's bring some heat.
I know you said you've opened Brilliant Stars. I haven't opened any Brilliant Stars yet, so I'm really excited to dig into this. And yet again, we have the Pokemon Company understanding how to make money, and that's just to release a set with yet another Charizard.
It's so unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we've got Charizard VStar, 280 hit points, evolves from Charizard V, 280 hit points, fire type. It's got 2 fire, 1 colorless for its attack, explosive fire. It does 130 damage. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this attack also does 100 more damage.
Yep, that's pretty solid.
That is solid, because you will get hit. You're gonna need to get hit with this. Water decks are prevalent. Like Ice Rider's making a comeback, so I don't know if we'll see Charizard, shine.
Right.
I mean, stars don't shine; they burn.
Oh boy.
I know. We don't talk about Bruno. All right, and then it's got V-Star power, which is just its attack. So it's just a GX attack, glorified here. For 3 fire, 1 colorless, Star Blaze, 320 damage. Discard 2 energies from this Pokemon, and then you can only use 1 V-Star power per game.
So 320 hit points is pretty much overkill, right?
Yeah.
Like, hadn't we talked where the Vs, if you had 230, we were saying if you had 230 for a V, you were good. If you had 280 for a V Max or V Star, so like anything over 300 is just kind of crazy.
Yeah, and then that pretty much guarantees that if it's a V Max, it's going down.
Yep.
It's got a 2 retreat cost and a weakness to water, as per usual. That's typical. The art on this is actually amazing. I do really like just the genuine V-Star art. It looks really nice.
Well, I like the style of the V-Star card in general, the way the V-Star power is kind of broken off from the card, and so it makes the artwork smaller, but there is like it protrudes from the actual framing of the card, so it gives it a little bit of a 3D look. So yeah, the card is sharp.
Absolutely stunning. And then also in the set, there's a hyper rare Charizard V-Star.
Yeah, I've seen so many of these. Dude, I've seen so many of these pulled. I guess, more and more people are just filming their openings, but I've seen so many people pull this card.
That's because the set is, Pokemon knows, like, they're just printing this set to oblivion, so these cards aren't going to be worth anything. Like, you're going to have to hold on to them for a really, 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 really long time, or just get a PSA 10 and then hold on to it for a really, really, really long time.
Yeah, like 25 years.
Yes. Wait till the 50th anniversary.
All right, well, let's step down to the V.
Well, hold on. The V-Star, the one cool thing in the hyper rare is actually the V-Star power area. It's almost like a little planet in the middle and like some like waves coming out. It's very unique, and I really want any hyper rare of the V-Stars, just to check it out. I don't have one yet. I want one.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you look at the regular one, the VStar power area, it's more like a galaxy with like a bright flash. It's just like a reverse, like a negative effect on the secret rare, and then because of the rainbow effect, it looks awesome. I love the layout of the card.
It's definitely stunning. And then Charizard V coming in at 220 hit points, fire type for 2 fire and a colorless. It does Incinerate for 90 damage. Before doing damage, discard all Pokemon tool cards from your opponent's active Pokemon. That's actually clutch because there's a lot of tool cards being played right now.
And wasn't there what were we talking about the old field blower the other day? And then there was what's the new Pokemon that has that sort of ability to remove tools? Wasn't there an ability of there was some card that had come in to replace essentially the field blower mechanic?
Oh, Tool Scrapper.
Tool Scrapper. Yep, just came to me. So it's like it's good to not, if you're going to be running this deck, you don't have to worry about having, wasting any of your 60 cards on that kind of tool because you have it as an attack here.
Yeah, and then its next attack for 3 fire, 1 colorless. It does Heat Blast for 180. The Incinerate is the only attack I would ever use on that. And then you just ignore the 180 because you can evolve it into the V-Star and do 320 for the same cost. So it just doesn't seem... Or for 1 less, you could do 260 or 230. So like with the Explosive Fire, as long as there's damage counters on it. So... Yeah,
but what if you can't evolve? What if you're playing it that turn and you can't evolve it to the V-Star? It's like...
Well, how are you going to get 3 energies if you just played it?
Well, because maybe it was on your bench. You know what I mean? You stack it up on your bench, you put it into play, you have an attack right out of the gate. It's not like when you play the V-Star Blaze, you have to remove 2 energies. So it's like you could still do that if you could survive the turn. So you could use Heat Blast on the way in, do the 180... And then it's like, that hopefully that will put you in a situation that would allow you to knock out what you have. And in the next turn, you do the V-Star power for the 320 and potentially knock out whatever else is there.
All right. That makes sense.
But maybe I'm just optimistic for Charizard.
Yeah. well, they have the full art. Here we go. There's a full art.
Yeah, baby. It's so good.
And it's actually really nice looking. I mean, it looks kind of like, I don't know. It's pretty typical for a V.
Are you kidding me?
Art.
It is by far the best one out of all these Charizards.
Well, no, it's typical. And then you've got the Charizard V normal. And this thing actually looks wicked cool too. Like I like the base form Charizard V and the Charizard V-Star better than even the alt art, which we'll talk about in just a second, or the hyper rare.
No way. I prefer here the alt art by a landslide.
The alt art.
It's fighting Venusaur, and it's like it looks like it was taken from the anime. Like it looks like, it's an action scene, so it doesn't just look like a portrait. It looks like it was, a snapshot of time.
It does look like there's like mountains in Japan. Like that's what it feels like. Just feels like one of those kind of scenes.
Clearly, because it's the best one out of all of them. I think we can move on though.
All right,
because I want to just prove that was the best one. That's the last word.
All right, we're gonna move on to our pack opening of the week. Brought to you by
let me talk. Yeah, let me talk about this real quick. So Tish reached out. Yo, I'm actually wearing the T-shirt she sent me. Also randomly.
Yeah, yours is red. Mine's gray.
She sent T-shirts from Piggly Wiggly, which is a retailer from Alabama, and I'm rocking the Piggly Wiggly T-shirt right now. But she also sent an entire smorgasbord of boosters of like incredible hangers. Pretty much 2 of everything from the previous 6 sets, maybe? I don't know. So we've got Battle Styles, we got Chilling Rain, we've got Evolving Skies, we got Vivid Voltage. So we've got a lot of choices here, but Adam, you chose Vivid Voltage, right?
I chose Vivid Voltage.
So I'm going to do Chilling Rain because I'm trying to pull the Blissey.
I hope you get it.
I don't know what you're trying to pull out of Vivid Voltage, Chonkachu, but...
I've already got 2 Chonkachus, so I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I guess I'd like to pull an amazing rare Rayquaza for myself.
Ooh, okay.
Because like I traded for one, but I would really like to pull it.
All right. Well,
because Vivid Voltage, I pulled every card from it except for the Rayquaza.
Well, I've got a white code card, Adam.
Ooh.
And I'm going to read it right now. YRLNZQKKLW2VT. Good luck. All right, let's see. I'm expecting big things right now, Adam. Big things. It's probably nothing. Psychic Energy, Brawly, Celio, Haunter, Crabrawler, Snowrun, Weedle, Castform, Quillfish. My reverse is a Cubfu.
The suspense.
Wow. Oh, wow.
It's
Adam.
a regular rare.
Adam.
Did you get the Blissey?
It's not Blissey. It's not Blissey. It's Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX.
Oh, man. Okay. Nice.
I'll way take that over Blissey, dude. You kidding me?
Well, that's pretty playable. So I mean,
that's super awesome. I'm super psyched on that pull. Tish Smith coming through with the clutch.
All right, I've got a green code. Woo! Get your guesses in now.
Yep. Not
regular rare. Code card is 4Z69XZ2JDH7K. Good luck. Let us know what you get. All right. Psychic Energy. I got a Feral Thorn. I got a Dusclops. I got a Rocky Helmet. Nincada. A Pick-a-Peck. Poochyena. A Rockruff. Blitzel. Reverse Hollow is a Jolteon. And a Metagross. Non-hollow rare.
No. All right. Well, it happens. I'm excited because I finally got a good pull. It's amazing.
I am very excited for you.
Yeah, but Tish, shout out to you. Thank you so much for that. But either way, if you look at the link in our description to our tcgplayer.com affiliate link, you could help out the show just by buying cards and supplies and all that good stuff. Doesn't cost you any extra money, and it incrementally helps the show grow and keeps the lights on. So check that out. But again, shout to Tish Smith. All right, Adam, are you ready to talk about some pretty cards?
You mean gorgeous cards? Yeah.
So these are good. All right. So for Art of the Week this week, it is Shaymin. And I thought this was rather fitting because Shaymin does have a VStar. So that's actually the first card that I went with here. And it's an interesting look, right? Because when you think of Shaymin, like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it
the flower?
Okay, the flower, right? Also, I don't know. I just think of like a small, chunky little critter, right? So Shaymin can, in some of its cards, like looks more athletic, looks more energetic, and you definitely see that here in the V-Star, which is pretty rad. But this one is from that art conglomerate studio that's called 5-Band Graphics, and I did a little digging on them, and I added up all the different artists that 5-Band uses, and in total they've created 834 cards total.
834?
Yeah.
That's almost as many Pokemon as
it's so cool.
Jeez.
But this Shaymin V-Star is really awesome. I don't know. It breaks the typecasting of what I would think of when I envision Shaymin in my head, and then I look at this card and I'm like, oh, I clearly know that Shaymin, but it's not a pose or a style that I would necessarily think of right out of the gate. So
yeah, the background is almost like a straw or pink lemonade kind of fusion of like pink and yellow
nice
together.
That's a good way to visualize that color is pink lemonade because it has lightning in it. So it's like, is that the lemon?
It's like grass, but I feel like it's playing off of its like flower. Like it's meant to be like flowers surrounding it, but it's just an intense pink lemonade like swirl behind it.
From now on, it's going to be known as the pink lemonade move. All right, our next card is a very funky one. This is a alt art promo of Shaymin EX. So this was
Roaring Skies.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Roaring Skies. This is from Tokia is the name of the artist. Tokia has been illustrating in the TCG since Arceus, the expansion Arceus. Done about 100 cards, which is really cool. And something I noticed, and I was starting to read blogs about it and all this, there's a bunch of TCG illustrators that do 100% of the work on tablet. So they actually draw the cards and design them from start to finish on a tablet. And it's weird because those artists kind of communicate with each other and talk to each other, and they've kind of built like these weird friendships based on the fact that that's how they do their design. So whenever you look at a card that's been designed on tablet, sometimes you get this really cool vibe of like it being sketched, like being hand drawn.
Yeah.
And you totally get that with this one. Again, another not so chunky Shaymin, looking super aggressive, just like, there's a Rayquaza in the background. Like,
yeah, Roaring Skies was all about
the Rayquaza dragons
and Mega Rayquaza.
Yep. So it's like it's just a badass looking card. It looks really, really cool, and you could definitely tell that this is a unique art style compared to like any of the other cards that we picked here. It's just, I don't know, the gold border on the EX just kind of makes everything stand out, and the fact that it's got Rayquaza in it is pretty solid.
Yeah, I love Shaymin's hair on this one. It looks like such a mohawk. Like, let's go.
Yeah,
and
it's cool.
And it's got the angry eyes. I love it.
All right, and now for the last two Shaymin cards, I completely flipped the script here, and this next one is another Shaymin EX promo, but here we have like there's actually two Shaymin in the card frame, but it's the flowery, chunky, cute little Shaymin that I envision when I first think of it in my head. And this thing. So
what Ken is talking about is these are the land form, the other Shaymin is the sky form.
Yeah,
the two that we just talked about were the sky forms.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this is from Kanako Io is the artist, and let's see, I did this person, this illustrator has done work on the main series games, and I always like it when they employ like the video game artists on the TCG side. It's not that common, like as for the teams being, because you got to think there's, in addition to all the digital stuff that comes out for main series games, there's all the print advertising, there's all like the design work that goes on the websites and all that stuff. So like obviously there's illustrators creating all that, but those illustrators typically aren't the ones that are doing the cards. So it's cool when there's crossover like that. And this artist crossed over from the main series, which I thought was really cool. But here we have two landform Shaymin looking stupid cute.
Yeah, the one's just in its normal pose, and the other one's hands touching like sleepy time. It's got the moon and the stars behind it. It's so
very
adorable.
Kawaii. Well, it's a Radiant Collection style looking card with all like the charms and flowers all over the place. So
yeah, instead of the gold
cool
border, it's the flower border.
Yep. And the last card I have is probably the cutest one out of all of them. It's super kawaii style. It's from Ultra Prism. This is the artist is Mizu. If you look at the background, Adam, did you notice at first that the background is actually made out of bubbles?
Yes.
You see the bubbles?
Yes,
so,
I can see the bubbles. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like the Shaymin is laying on its back, like with the belly exposed, like like in the grass, but around the grass is this really cool bubble pattern. And Bulbapedia does a really cool job of putting together links of cards by artist. And I'm looking at a bunch of the cards from this Mizu illustrator, and the bubbles are used in a whole bunch of cards.
Is there one with Pikachu?
I would never really notice that unless I was like looking into the like a specific artist. It was really cool. I've never really noticed that before just by looking at cards. So now it's like, if you're ever looking at a card and you notice like, why is there bubbles here? It's like, look at the illustrator. Maybe it's Mizu. Pretty cool. All right, Adam, I think we could take a little break. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Let's take a break.
Yes, I have a smart water, so when we come back,
I have Kool-Aid.
I'll be smart.
Yeah.
Yo, all right, hold on a second. We need to address this. Adam is legitimately drinking Kool-Aid right now. Like, I thought he was joking. We were on a video call, and he's got a clear cup of bright red liquid. Adam, I'm impressed, man. I gotta say, so much sugar. It's so much sugar.
It's delicious.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Was it Billy Madison when he made Kool-Aid come out of the water fountains at school? All right,
I don't remember that one.
Well, let's take a break, Adam. We come back, we'll talk about TCG Live. We've got this major auction for a Pikachu card. We'll talk a little Astral Radiance and VBattle Decks. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right, cool. We'll be back right after this.
And we are back. Welcome back, Ken. Are you hydrated?
I am. I'm smarter.
Ooh.
What's
1 plus 1?
You see how I just that I delayed for comedic timing.
All right. Well, let's get through some housekeeping here. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. We can support this show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 is going to get you access to our Patreon exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration's in the Discord. We hope to see you there. Ken, who just won our last last event?
It was Chris Turtle Power won with a Gengar VMAX deck.
Man, he hit everything like perfect. It was like he top decked the one card he needed to beat me. I was like, no. But it was so good. Well deserved. Congratulations, Chris.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm hoping to get my hands on one of these VBattle decks so I could I'm going to play in March. So should be fun.
Excellent.
Should be fun.
And we want to give a huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp DM, Sue, TN Comics Wiz, and Big Zom Minus.
Yep.
And then an even bigger thank you, not only for the packs, but to our executive producer, Tish Smith.
Tish, you hooked us up. We love you. We love you. Thank you so much. So cool.
Make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, and leave us a review. We would greatly appreciate it.
Spotify, leave them stars up on Spotify.
The extra stars.
Yep.
All right, Ken, let's talk about TCG Live.
I'm hyped, dude. It looks great.
It does look pretty good. Like I said earlier,
the Nightmare Fuel characters.
The Nightmare Fuel, yeah. It looks legit, you know. It's got little markers to say like, "Hey, that power's been used." It's got little arrows to say, "Oh, I can attack this turn," or you know what I mean. Like it seems pretty fleshed out.
So I've been watching Azul, right? And it's funny because I remember I messaged you and I'm like, "Yo, Azul is playing on TCG Live." I go, maybe he's part of like a beta here, and you're like, no, dude, he's using a VPN to go play in Canada.
Which is insane. Like I mean, I'm not going to do that because I'm not that smart, and it probably doesn't take a lot to be able to do that. But
it doesn't.
I don't know. I just feel like it's just not like I'm going to play TCGO while it's still here.
Is it that you just want to let the Canadians work out the bugs before you play? No, so what I noticed, because I did watch quite a bit of Azul's streams over the past week or so since he's been playing, but the interface looks phenomenal. So I'm really excited for the way you navigate through the menus. Is just so much smarter than what we had in TCGO. The layout of your collections and your decks and all that kind of stuff is awesome. And what I really thought is interesting, when you're in the game screen, when you're actually playing, you don't see the full-size cards on your bench. You see like this condensed version of a card, which I guess is really all you need to see, right? Like what card it is and how much energy is on it.
Because when you curse over it or like touch it, you can read
it expands. Yeah. So, but I thought that was really funky. But I do think that it's definitely worth an early peek to look at like the character art designs, because they do look really strange. It's very stylized, very characterized. Like, I just don't know how to explain the style. It's weird, a little freaky, little freaky.
And the way they just like bop back and forth is like, can you stop? Can you stop? Like, I just don't want to.
Right, but Azul's clearly playing on a desktop. I'm definitely looking forward to how this will play on a mobile device with vertical, because we know it's going to be vertical.
I'm so for that.
Yeah, so that for me, that's probably going to be a game changer, where it will just allow me to engage and can play the game so much more, because I just it's just going to be on me. I've my whole thing with Pokemon Go is like everything is shifted, all my gaming from PC to console to now dwindled down to just the phone. So I'm pretty hyped for it, but it looks really good. Looks really, really, really good. And Azul's been crushing it. So shout out to Azul.
Yes, yeah. No, and the deck builder, it looks amazing. Like it's gorgeous. It is.
Yeah, and he's been playing with some of the sound on too, so you can hear like the music and the sound effects. Like everything looks really good. The animations that happen like behind the cards, like underneath the cards, like it's very, very well put together. So I'm hyped. But what was this supposed to be here last November, right, or something like that?
Yeah, I think.
And then it got delayed.
I think it was initially. I think they wanted it to be with Fusion Strike and Brilliant Stars, at least somewhere in the middle, because we got the
that's
TCG
when they
Live codes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's when the code cards came in. But I don't know. When do you think we'll actually see this?
What's it, March now? I mean, it's in beta, so I mean they're testing it. They're working out bugs like daily. I would assume so. So
yeah, but they got to get this out before Worlds, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'd imagine that Worlds will be played, right?
I'd say maybe April. Shoot for like, you got another month, a whole month of testing again, and then you launch it to the mass.
And then what goes on? Like, I guess they'll put out another Players Cup probably alongside it.
I think they just want people to like download it and get used to it first. It's because it's going to be based on the amount of downloads.
No, I think it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be huge, and
yeah, the fact that we could just like be like, oh, I'm just going to play a quick match real quick, like that to me is so exciting.
Yeah. It's the ease of access. You don't need to download a game onto your PC. You don't need your PC.
You buy this Lycanroc deck, and then all of a sudden, you have that Lycanroc deck,
now,
and you can just whip it out.
Does this ever mean that the Nintendo Switch, will it ever get a version? Like, why? It baffles me why it's not on the Switch. It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
I don't know, right?
I don't know. It's like the Game Boy game was, like that was there. Can't we just have something like it?
I don't get it. I don't. Doesn't make any sense to me that it's not on the Switch. So perfect port.
All right, Ken, let's talk about the holy grail of Pokemon cards.
So this one is actually really cool because it's coming through a very reputable source. So this was a Pikachu Illustrator card, right? So we know about this Illustrator card. It was something like 36 of these things in the global population, let alone a graded copy of it. But what we have here is a PSA 7 Illustrator card, and this was put on the auction block at Goldin Auctions. And Goldin is probably one of the biggest sports card and memorabilia auction houses. They deal with a ton of non-sports also, and they really do a lot of Pokemon. It's run by Ken Goldin. I know Ken Goldin. I actually am in my 9 to 5. I work for a sports card company, so I produce a podcast through my job, and we had Ken Goldin on as a guest maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Like, the dude is super knowledgeable, and he's really been pushing the promotion of Pokemon. So can't get mad at that, but it's a weird world, man, because like we're talking about serious money here. So this PSA 7 Illustrator, Pikachu Illustrator, sold for $900,000. So it didn't quite break the $1 million mark, but all this tells me is like the next big auction will break $1 million.
Wow.
This is
so insane.
But listen to this. This is where it gets weird. So in February of 2021, so 13 months ago, right? Another PSA 7 sold for $375,000. So in 13 months at auction, it went from a $375,000 value to a $900,000 value, which is totally insane. The next month after that original auction, Steve Aoki bought a raw one for $420,000. That ended up being a PSA 9. So that card is ridiculous. I don't know. It's real money. And I think that this kind of sale being sold at this kind of auction house kind of transcends what a lot of people know to be the Pokemon TCG community or, you know, environment. This is a little bit outside of that scope because, you know, I don't know too many competitive TCG players that are like dropping, you know, 900K on a card.
Nope. I'm like Delibird. Oh, it's up there for $20. That's how much it costs to get it slabbed. All right.
The opening bid was $75K, and it had 34 bids. So there's definitely some action on this, but man, it's, you know, sports cards sell for millions all the time. It takes a lot for a card to sell for $1 million, and it's very, very interesting that this wasn't like a first edition base set Shadowless whatever Charizard whatever, you know what I mean? Like this was this Pikachu Illustrator, so very, very rare card, and it's, you know, it's kind of off the radar of most sports card people that would be into Pokemon. You know, the Logan Paul crowd, right? They're gonna know Charizard, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, yes, this is a Pikachu card, but they probably look at this card and be like, why does Pikachu look like that? Why is it all weird? It's like they had no idea that this was like what the origin of this card was like with, you know, the contest and all that. And it's like, is he holding a microphone? Is that a marker? Like, what is? It's just a weird looking card, but very, very cool, man. $900,000. $900,000. You can't scoff at that. It's real deal money. So pretty wild. Pretty wild.
All right, let's talk about the next set coming out, Astral Radiance.
I'm not ready, Adam.
You have to be ready.
It wasn't ready.
I'm just excited because there's all the Hisuian Pokemon.
It's a Hisuian Pokemon. So we saw this in Go, right? So we had some Hisui kind of crossover sort of into Pokemon Go with the Hisuian Voltorb and Electrode, and that's just kind of continuing now where the Hisuian stuff is going to start trickling down to the TCG. And from the actual Pokemon release, it says travel back in time, or travel back to a primitive land dominated by myth and legend, where origin form Dialga VStar and origin form Palkia VStar shape the very fabric of time and space. And then it says, explore a vast wilderness like anything you've ever experienced, where you'll encounter, and here we go, Decidueye, Typhlosion, Samurott as Hisuian Pokemon VStar. And the artwork is a Hisuian Typhlosion VStar. It looks really cool. Really, really cool.
See, I was trying really hard to not expose myself to any leaks of the Hisuian stuff. I know Legends Arceus is out. I know I've been playing it, but I haven't evolved my
You're the weirdest with that. You are the weirdest.
I know.
I have no evolve thing.
I have weird ticks. But so this what ruined it for me was seeing all the TCG cards. I was like, oh my god, that's what that evolves into. The Samurott is dark in water. Are you serious?
Well, it's like, yeah. But everything seems like that's like the Moltres, man. It's like, it's when you see new forms, right? It's just like you have to roll with the new typings. It's just like, it is what it is.
But yeah, no, I'm so down for it. The last time like Typhlosion was like a big deal is when I have an affinity with Typhlosion. When I first started competing, my first structure deck back into the game was the Typhlosion one, and that's what I played in a city championship, thinking that it would just be me and a couple of my friends, and it turned out that it was a full-blown event, and there was a lot of high-level players.
Did you get your butt whipped?
I got paired in, like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell this story, but like,
oh boy,
I got paired into the junior division as a master. They got my age wrong, which I don't know how you get that wrong, but they got my age wrong. So I was in the junior division, and I remember just getting played. I played against
you walk up to the table as a little kid.
Yes, but he was so knowledgeable of the game and just knew every single card and was just like, and he was playing Flygon EX, the purple one that said like sand damage. So in between turns, all of your opponent's basic Pokemon that have any damage counters or basics take 10.
How does a judge look at you and then look at him and think that there's nothing wrong?
The only person there was, it was a weird event. We were playing in like the hallway. Like they didn't anticipate as many people that could fit into the store at the time.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, so it was like space issues, like people were playing on like comics and stuff, but it was such an experience. Like I'll never forget it. Like, and I played and I got my butt handed. To me by this kid with Flygon. It was insane. It was just, and then like the damage just kept adding up, and it was like, oh, if there's damage counters on it, my attack that knocks you out also does 10 damage to anything that has damage, and all your basic Pokemon take 10 damage in between turns. I just couldn't survive. It was just like turn after turn after turn of taking damage. I was like, yeah, I just lose. But I had fun though. It was a good time.
Well, I'm sure your opponent has stories and be like, some guy lied on his application playing juniors and I still beat him.
Well, yeah, I was playing a structure deck. But there's over 180 cards in this set, 3 brand new Radiant Pokemon, 7 awesome Pokemon VStars. So this is different because there was 4 in the last set. And we know that 3 out of the 7 are the starters.
Yep.
There's 19 powerful Pokemon Vs and 2 enormous Pokemon V Max. So wait a minute, full stop. We're getting V Maxes?
You get all 3 here. V-Star, V Max. Pretty cool.
So this is cool that they're keeping, because this is like, this is cool. I'm excited.
Well, it's
now.
showing that the V-Star gimmick is additive to the V Max thing. It's not a replacement. It's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that so much. Like that was the big question, was VMAX going away? But it's probably like to keep the power creep from being too intense with the V-Stars. You got 30 cards with special art in the trainer gallery subset. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
another set that's going to be so exciting to open.
This is how they get the collectors, right? This is how they do it.
This is how they get me.
This is how
More
they do
than
it.
20 trainer cards. Oh, you got me. You got me.
Oh, you had me at trainer cards.
You had me at Professor Willow.
But no, I do like that there's V Max and V Star. I do like that there's 7 V Stars. The Radiant Pokemon are cool. Those were, it's cool that there's a lot to chase here, which is pretty neat. And it's not like I guess it is up there, 180 cards. That's still a lot.
Yes. And just before we go into the next subject, just so everyone knows, I did play my third team challenge. I lost. I did not do good.
Way to cut that story short.
Yeah. But
hey,
I had fun.
I played, I lost.
But I had fun.
On.
I had fun. I did.
Well, what deck did you use?
I played Jolteon. That's kind of the only thing I really have built. I have since then traded for my Raichus and Raikus for my Flaffy V deck. Not Flaffy as
Dynamotor.
Yeah, Dynamotor deck. It's fun, but I don't think it competes with a lot of stuff.
What'd you end up going up against? Mew?
Mew, yeah, and then one of the another Gengar VMAX type thing. Yeah.
Crobat, Gengar, Houndoom.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. That'll do it. But so what do I need to prepare for then if I get my Lycanroc deck? It's like
I don't know.
I'm just gonna lose. So wait, there's a 2-pack. There's a 2-pack also. It's like you could, right? You could get the one that it comes with the Lycanroc deck and the Corviknight deck, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and it comes with 2 holo supporter cards. I think they're Professor's Research or Boss's Orders. I'm pretty sure it's Boss's Orders. So it's probably 2 holo Cyruses.
No, they're not. I'm looking at the list right now. Neither of them run Boss's Orders.
No, I'm saying in the double pack it comes with
as like a bonus?
Yeah. Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, because it says you get the decks plus an additional couple cards.
Ah, there you go. Go.
They hook you in with that.
A little extra value. But again, no VMAX in this deck. But looking at this list, and we don't have to run through all the cards here, but I mean, is there
really
any viability here to either of these decks, and which one would you rather use?
Just looking at them.
They're both really bad.
They have a similar. I know, right? They both have a similar trainer line, so there's not too much to say there. But what really kills me is the 4-hop. Like, draw 3 cards. Oh,
yeah, the draws.
You've got Steelix, you've got Galarian Surfetch'd, Doug Trio, and then the 1 Lycanroc V. And then for the Corviknight, you've got 2 Dialga, 3 Ferrothorn, 3 Galarian Berserker, 1 Corviknight. You've got 2 Klefki, Cobalion. I mean, I'd say the Corviknight one because there's a lot more basics that are more beneficial, and you don't have to evolve anything. I mean, you do have to evolve the Ferroseed and the Meowth, but there's a lot of basics that clearly can do stuff.
Yeah, they'll
just help you set up essentially.
But I guess these decks are designed to be like uber balanced with each other, right? Because they want you to, you're going to be playing against.
I guess so.
Someone that has the other deck.
The rock one, or the Lycanroc one, has 2 Sudowoodo as a basic, but like, I guess they might be chalking it up to Onyx having like high hit points and stuff, but I don't know.
But what is this retail for? $40 for the?
I think it's 30
for the 2-pack.
Yep.
See, that's phenomenal.
Each structure deck's $14.99.
That's phenomenal. See, that's okay, and then they give you the couple extra cards. So that's
they make
value.
That's why I would suggest getting the dual pack and not the actual like individual ones, because those I just see at Walmart all the time.
No, this is really cool. I mean, it's. I think what they've done, and I like that they put like the level of the deck, like to show like how competent of a TCG player you need to be to like run the deck, and it's like level 1, level 2. It reminds me of like when my son was learning to read, and it was like, the level 1 reading book, level 2 book, level 3 book. It's like
this one has bigger words.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this one has more V's attached to it.
We'll see. I think the 2 is what we're going to see the most of. And once we get, I think that was intended for Worlds decks being the 3.
Well, that's the like if you go to the League Battle decks, those are 3s. Like the
no,
Urshifu?
those are 2s. Those are
2s. Okay.
Because there's a lot you can improve on there. No, there's no level 3 right now. Okay, so I'm thinking it's reserved for the Worlds decks.
Okay. I see.
Because like there's got to be some insane strategies that people are working with. They have one of this card and one of that, but if they get those cards out together, they could do this. And
yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of those Worlds decks, man, that's what makes them so exciting. Is they're based on these big swings. So it's like, you could fall flat, or you could make some magic happen.
Listen, you have a want to collect all the structure decks. Me, I want to collect all the Worlds decks.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I
wasn't there one that was eluding you, like in 2019 or something?
Yes, and I honestly, Makari is such like a cool. It's like eBay, but you can like barter with people, and like they're pretty friendly. Like I had just been watching one because it was just the picture of the deck, but it was one of the ones from 2015. I think it was DC, or it was 2014. It was, I forget, it was like the Aselgor deck, and like I didn't want to spend $40-$50 on it, and it was just like the title was like 2014 Worlds deck, 60 cards complete, and I was like, wait a minute, and then I ran through the list.
That's a Worlds deck.
Yeah, and so it was just the picture of the deck box, nothing else. And
that's what I was gonna say. Are you collecting the boxes too?
I don't need them because a lot of the older ones, they came with like a piece of plastic that held them in, so there was no box in general. And then like even older ones literally came with 2 sealed like packs, and one was half the deck and the other one was half the deck. And I've seen online like, hey, selling one half of the deck, and I'm like, what? That's insane. Like, I don't need. I want the other half too. But I have a lot. Oh, okay. So the moral of the story is, it was like put online for like $20, and I just watched it, and I watched it I think for probably like a month and a half, and I watched it go all the way down to like 12, and then I was like, I'll offer like $8 and see if that gets it, and then they was just like left in queue for a while, and then before it like went to expire, they were like accept. And I was like, yes, woo, let's go.
Wow.
and
you
like
took him out at his knees, $8.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but it was dirt cheap compared to what it actually is. And so if you're hearing this and this is you, I appreciate it. It went to a good home. It's like, a collector.
I needed to buy some ramen noodles. You only let me buy $8 worth.
No, but it was like I opened it almost thinking that like it wasn't gonna be all the cards, because there was Tropical Beach in there, and even just Tropical Beach in general, even if it's a Worlds card, is still pricey.
Those cards have value, like really, even with the back that, like the weird back, like that's so weird.
You look up Mew Star, because Mew Star was from Dragon Frontiers, which is the set I started when I competed. That card, there's not very many of them, because it was like one in a case of however many.
Right.
It was very rare. And then they made the Worlds deck one with it, and even those were scarce.
It probably has a higher population as a Worlds card than the regular one.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I was just looking at TCG Player, just seeing if I could look at it, but yeah.
The old Mew card. But I don't know. I love these decks, man. I just think that they're always good buys, and this is like, you got that one friend, that one person that's like, maybe thinking about giving it a try. It's like, get these two decks. They're balanced, they're different, and they're cheap. So can't go wrong there. It's a win all around.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Like, I mean, yeah. Whew. There's just so much going on for the TCG right now, and it makes my heart happy.
I'm just loving the art, man. Brilliant Stars looks
this set
good.
is insane. I love the gallery. Like, I really need to get my hands on a box, and I just want to stream opening it, because watching it, it brings so much joy watching other people open boxes, because it's like they're pulling cool cards or like cool combinations, because sometimes they'll pull like the gallery art, and then they're like, boom, behind it's a Charizard Hyper Rare, or it's another, VMAX or VStar.
The double hits, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling because, like, we're Chilling Reign. It's just very, oh, I got a holo. Oh, I got a rare, a non-holo rare. It's just so like sad opening.
Well, whenever there's the subset and you could get a potential hit in the reverse holo spot, that's always exciting. It's just more chances to hit. I like it.
Thank you all for listening to this far. If you want to email us at info@specialconditionstcg.com. Leave us a voicemail, text us, send us a picture of your new deck that you built with Brilliant Stars cards, 732-835-8639. And Kenneth, that's it. Is that it?
I do, in fact, believe that is, in fact, it.
All right, trainers, remember, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.